whatever we're doing from outside at the foyer. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I'm not joking, I will lock you outside. 2, 1. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second half of my Sadie Entrepreneurship Export Development Summit 2022. I hope you all had nice lunch. Well, it wasn't lunch. It was just some light snacks, light refreshment. I hope you've enjoyed your light refreshment. We're ready to kick off the second segment. And I would love for you guys to reduce the background noise. So, silence in the building. Thank you. That's much better. Thank you very much for complying. So, I did say that I will give one or two people the opportunity to come on stage and show us what they have, because we said we're going to be very practical, and we're going to have the next speaker coming up very soon to talk to us. She is representing Iyalode Alaba Lawson, MFR FIOD She's the chairman of Abbystone Microfinance Bank. But just before that, I need to confirm that, have you been given what you need? There's a protocol officer to attend to you. Okay, so Hajia at the back. It's time for you to showcase your product. Tell us about it, and then get other people to know before we bring up Mrs. Dorcas James. So, have you people been networking with each other? Yes? Have you learned anything so far? The yes is very low, so meaning we're doing a bad job. Have you been learning anything so far? Okay. Do you promise to change? Okay, all right, so we have Ajay here. She's going to tell us her name and introduce her product to us.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
They will say in my language, Soros, okay.
Okay, okay. Good afternoon, everyone. This is my product. This is kulikuli. We all know kulikuli. Most of us know kulikuli, right? But this is different. I am a student of I graduated from FUT Mina as a biochemist. I've been, one thing or the other leads to, our country now, looking for a job up and there, not getting one. You start thinking of something else to do. So I went into this kulikuli. So I was thinking of how to add value different from what we have around. You have kulikuli that is hard. You have kulikuli that's fine. Granite is very nutritional, but most of us don't know the nutrition in it. We just eat it. And most of the kulikuli we have around are not produced hygienically. You see kulikuli, flies are perching it. You just go there, open in the market, we buy it, which is not good for our health. We are consuming something else. So I think I should add that value to kulikuli. Another thing I added to my kulikuli is I'm adding dates and coconut to it, which makes it superb, yummy, soft. So, yeah. So that's what makes my kulikuli different. Thank you.
Okay, so Aja, before you go, she mentioned something. She said she adds extra things to the kulikuli. So it's not the regular kulikuli that we all think we know. It's fortified with coconut and dates. So, by show of hands, how many of you like ordinary kulikuli? Show of hands. Can you see? How many of you would be interested in tasting what kuli kuli fortified with dates and coconuts? Can you see the difference? So, I personally don't like kuli kuli, but she convinced me to try this one. And I'm going to tell you when I have the opportunity very soon after I've opened it, because I will not lie to you, to tell you whether it's better or not. And that's how, as Coach Sam said, you know who you are selling to. Imagine trying to convince me to buy kuli kuli, ordinary kuli kuli. I don't like it. Sorry, carry your market and go. But I love dates and I love coconut. So that will make me be interested and say, okay, let's see what it will taste like. Then another assumption we have is that we all think everybody knows what kuli kuli is. When you are packaging your product, please put an English name or a generally accepted name as well, so that people that don't know what kuli kuli is can also understand and say, oh, okay, it's groundnut cake, he's something, something. Do you get what I mean? It will also interest other people that are not from the same nationality as you, and then your product can be easily exportable. Please put your hands together for Hajia. And put your hands together for Madame Merola. I need to get paid for all this extra advice I'm giving. She has a stand at the back there. Please do visit a stand and then try this extra nourished and fortified kuli kuli with dates and coconut by Afcam Foods Ventures. All right, thank you so much, ma'am. You can take your seat. Absolutely amazing. So, madam, you wait. I will feature you, but not right now. So just be as eager as you were just now. Make sure that you attract my attention when I have the opportunity to call another person to spotlight their product. So right now we are going into another one of our sessions, which is harnessing local opportunities. And we have, a keynote address, I beg your pardon. And representing Iyalode Alaba Lawson is Mrs. Dorcas James, the lead consultant and CEO of Anthrop Management Limited. Please put your hands together as she comes to give a keynote address on behalf of Iyalode Alaba Lawson, chairman of Abister Microfinance Bank. You people are not clapping. I will not give you lunch. Oh. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with all of us this afternoon. I came in and saw a lot of excitement in the air, seeing a lot of products owned by women. So for this reason, I would appreciate if we can clap for all the women that brought their products to this place today. Okay, thank you for having me here to represent Iyalode Alaba Lawson, and I'm going to quickly read out our keynote address for the summit. Keynote address of Iyalode Alaba Lawson, MFR FIOD JP, at the 2022 Misedi Annual Entrepreneurship and Export Development Summit held at the NEPC Hall, Abuja, today, June 29, 2022. His Excellency, the Honorable Minister for Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Akindare, the CEO, Nigerian Export Promotion Council, Dr. Ezra Yakusak, the leadership of Misedi, distinguished participants, the press crew, ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand on every other established protocol. I'm delighted to stand here this morning to address this great gathering at a particularly important event that is capable of turning the fortune of a large number of entrepreneurs around. By way of introduction, this year's theme, Empowering Women-Owned Businesses for International Standards and Export Markets, Harnessing Local Opportunities, is very apt, especially with the advent of the AFTA. Before I go further, I'd like to appreciate the organizers of this summit for the thoughtfulness of putting a summit of this nature with this team together. If you want to clap, feel free to clap. Yes, they're appreciating you. A lot of hard work must have gone into this, and I believe that the hard work will pay off eventually with the array of subject matter experts with many years of experience that have been put together to speak at this summit. There is no gainsaying that paying attention to women-owned business is a step in the right direction. Can I get a yes to that? This will help in making sure that women are able to create wealth through competitive products and services in such a way that their products and services will stand the test of time. At the current rate of progress, the global gender gap will take about 108 years to close. And economic gender parity will take 202 years to achieve. That is the conclusion of the World Economic Forum Global Gender Gap Report of 2021, published in December 2021. Yet, closing that gap is vital if countries wish to be able to compete in the fast-changing world ahead. The economies that will succeed in the fourth industrial revolution will be those that are best able to harvest all their available talents. This was said by Klaus Schwab, Executive Chairman of the World Economic Forum. Now we see why we are applauding the organizers of this event, paying attention to women, their development, and their competitiveness. Please, can we clap for them once again? Now we have Africa having 67.6% distance from gender parity, according to the statistics of the World Economic Forum and the Global Gender Gap Index of 2021. It means speedy and intentional action need to be taken to address this issue. And this is one of the kind of interventions which, if not curbed on time, could degenerate further with its attendant negative effects on the economy. So here we see a synopsis of the gender parity, and we can see where Africa is, and 67% away from achieving that gender parity. And if things are not done quickly, it means by next year or end of this year, probably we'll be seeing an increased gap. But what we want to see is the gap getting smaller. And that is why interventions with this kind of program is very important. I know during the course of the program, a lot of things will be said, a lot of problems are there, but we are not going to dwell. Iyalode is not dwelling on the problems in her speech. She's dwelling more on solutions, what we need to do. So what we need to do, number one, invest in capacity development of women and every other stakeholders. Providing skills training is a basic step towards empowering women entrepreneurs. But to truly achieve transformative change, training programs need to address deeper psychological and social constraints facing women. We heard that from Coach Sam, what he said about all the things that work against women, that if not well addressed, might lead to more problems for women. Capacity building has to do with the process of developing and strengthening the skills, the instincts, the processes, and resources that organizations, individuals, and communities need to survive, adapt, and thrive in a fast-changing world. Building capacity for competitiveness. How do we do this? conducting training needs analysis for everyone seated here. The level of knowledge, the level of skills, the level of exposure differ. So the same kind of training might not be relevant to everybody at the same time. So conducting that training needs analysis is very key. Engage stakeholders on capacity development, assess capacity needs and assets, assessing pre-existing capacities through engagement with stakeholders, just like we are doing here. Formulate a capacity development response that revolves around institutional arrangements, leadership, knowledge, accountability, and then implement a capacity development response system that promotes feedbacks and evaluation. Then you evaluate capacity development to see if the gap is actually being closed. Number two thing that needs to be done is collaborations across board. I think Coach Sam also mentioned that. This is so important that the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals wraps the goals up with emphasizing on partnerships to achieve the goals as the number 17th SDG. We must stop working in silos and work together as a team. Teamwork enables us to achieve much more results as we pool our energies, resources, and intellectual capacities together. Number 3 thing we need to do is to invest in technology. We have also heard that this morning, that technology is important. You have to know the technology that suits your kind of business or the nature of what you do as an individual. Number 4, we create clusters and groups to support participation at specific and integrated levels. For you to, in my tenure as the president of NACIMA, I recognize the need to boost our trade in Nigeria with the involvement of women. It is worthy of note that the economy of Nigeria, just like every other economy in the developing countries, is fueled by SMEs, which forms a larger percentage of the population. These SMEs, in turn, are mainly made up of women. We have seen one SME that came up now talking about a kulikuli product, a woman. So some of the things I did to stimulate participation, competitiveness, and support of women is to create a women's group called the NACIMA Women Group, NAWOG, which till date help women to build their capacities and helps them to be competitive across the shores of the country. I also created the youth group. This affords the youth the opportunity to showcase their talents and improve as they do so. We can come up with different ideas such as this in our different spaces to help improve competition. Number 5 thing that needs to be done is harnessing local opportunities. This is a combination of the local resources in terms of human resources, natural resources, institutions, and statutory/regulatory agencies. These work together to enhance competitiveness. Number 6, the AFTA, the African Free Continental Trade Area. We need to take advantage of the AFTA. AFTA seeks to provide a single market for goods, services, and free movement of persons, among other objectives. This is very instructive, considering the fact that this single window comprises of 54 countries out of 55 that have signed the agreement. Fortunately, Nigeria is one of the countries that have signed that agreement, with state of Eritrea being the only state that has not signed. So, AfCFTA, therefore, seeks to combine the economies of all these countries under a Pan-African free trade area comprising 1.3 billion people in a single market with a combined GDP of about $3.4 trillion. I want somebody to do some quick calculations as we look at these very specific figures here. 1.3 billion. Imagine the woman selling kuli. If she's able to access 1% of this 1.3 billion, what's the maths for that? How many people will she have accessed? Mathematicians in the house. So we can see that the number is huge. So AfCFTA is not something that we can do away with. So now we have established that everywhere SMEs account for about 80% of the number of businesses, 75% of total employment, of about 50% GDP. They provide the foundation for innovation, technology adoption, adaptation and use, as well as broad-based resilience and the nursery for large businesses. These SMEs are the ones that feed the bigger organizations. SMEs' growth also mirrors the growth of the middle class in any economy. Supporting or growing the SME sector enables sustainable, inclusive economic growth and development. What this tells SMEs and MSMEs is that the opportunities are huge for them to tap into. The market is large. Looking at the population involved, the amount of money available to be tapped into is also very huge, considering the aforementioned amount. Let us assume that one SME targets 0.5% of the $3.4 billion available in the market. You will be talking in the region of $17 billion. This is huge. This also tells us that SMEs can export services, not just goods, going by the 5 service areas outlined above, which have been approved. AfCFTA readiness and competitiveness is a whole stakeholder responsibility. Unlocking the USD 3.4 trillion income projection is the business of the enterprise. Some of the things SME can do to harness this opportunity are explore opportunities for collaborations. The collaborations keep coming up. You just have to collaborate. You cannot do it alone in this economy. Join relevant trade associations to enable you get information that will help you make adequate decisions. Different organizations, including financial institutions, come up with various programs and interventions. You need to know about them and key into them immediately. Create strong companies by combining resources by way of joint ventures and mergers where necessary. Establish linkages beyond Nigeria as companies and groups. Be quality conscious. Engage with relevant institutions for available policy support. Do business. Make sure you just do business. Okay, I think we'll make this slide available. So let me jump into the concluding aspects. In conclusion, the export and international market is highly competitive, and such requires discipline and hard work, which produces results. I also use this medium to speak to the government and other stakeholders who work together to enhance exports, to have regular stakeholders meetings, to synergize, and continually come up with innovative and compliant ways to make business easier for entrepreneurs and support them to perform more. As the different experienced speakers come forward to handle specific topical matters, I crave the indulgence of all to pay rapt attention for an impactful event. Once again, I congratulate the organizers, the erudite speakers, and distinguished participants for being at this all-important event. Finally, a clear measure of success is important. Provision of basic technical business training programs at best improve business practice of women-owned enterprise, often without any significant progress in business performance or empowerment more broadly. While some interventions have improved both economic and subjective well-being of female entrepreneurs, sustaining women's empowerment hinges on the longevity and effectiveness of such programs and interventions. And this is based on continuous policy commitment to inclusion and equality. Let us make it work. We have all it takes to compete anywhere in the world. Thank you and God bless. Iyalode Alaba Losin, MFR, FIOD JP, President, National President, ECWAS Federation of Business Women Entrepreneurs, ECWAS Febwe, Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Please let us appreciate her. It's not easy to read someone else's speech. That is Mrs. Dorcas James, the lead consultant and CEO of Anthrop Management Limited, that has just delivered to you one of the addresses from our keynote speaker, Iyalode Alaba Losin, MFR FIOD JP. So now we are going to hear from the banks that we have partnered with for you guys today. So how many of you have multiple bank accounts with different banks? Let me see your hands. Waiting they happen. What is it that is making you have multiple accounts in multiple banks? FCMB, Access Bank, Zenith, you people will pay me because right here, complaints, they are just flying left, right, and center. So for you to keep your customers happy, you better engage with them and find out why they have multiple accounts. So we're going to hear from the different banks because they're going to tell us about the financial opportunities for women SMEs. So how many of you have been contacted by your bank to tell you, oh, we have something for you specially as a woman? Raise your hand. Okay, ma, which bank is that? Access Bank. Clap for Access Bank. Hey! Okay, this side, madam. First Bank. They know they're here. Zenith Bank. Clap for Zenith. They're in the building. Okay, which other one? Ah, FCMB. Hey, you don't forehand, though. Nobody. Okay. Because nobody mentioned FCMB, I think it is important for us to call FCMB first. So please put your hands together as we ask Mr. Olusegun Fatolu, the head of SME FCMB, to share with us the opportunities they have and to correct the grave error they've been making so far with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You know, when I first came in, I asked one of my colleagues, I said, why do you have men here? He said, because what he told me is that we are coming to give presentation on Chi Venture. Because I only know that men change their gender under duress. Yes, we only change our gender under duress. Because when it comes to rights, we are men. Men, are you here? Because I heard of a situation of, there was an armed robbery. They were going on a road, and that brother stopped them and said, if you are a man or you are a woman, queue like this. If you are a man, come like this. But there was this particular man like me. Don't ask me why I'm here. I'm here under duress. Yes, it's because of what I want to eat. Because if I know it's for women, I will stay. I'm a man. Am I not a man? But there was one particular man there. They met him. They said, Oga, what are you doing here? Why are you with women? He said, Oga, as far as I'm concerned, I'm a woman. They said, why? You people that are holding gun, you are the real men. So we in FCMB, we have a lot that, it's just that you don't know what we have. If you know what we have for you, you will cherish us. See, if every bank, if you have to talk of banks, banks have offended us, including myself. Abi? I have a wife in the house that she has account with us. Anytime they charge her, she will be on the side of the customer. You will now open, this bank say. I just open my eyes. I say, this is where they are paying me salary. It's these charges that they are using it to pay me salary. Then she will be grumbling. She doesn't want to understand. As far as the bank that is charging, then they have to pay people like us salary. So pardon us if we have offended you. But we have a lot that you can benefit from us. So let's go to our slide. For the women, there are a lot of things that we give to you. You are special. And somebody said something about packaging. And see, I noted a lot of things. And we need to note it as women. Packaging is key to us. They say men are moved by what they want. We are moved by what we want. Women are moved by what they want. Are you moved by what you have had today? Okay, fine. And see, there is difference between popcorn and roasted corn. Why? It's packaging. There is one inside AC, there is one inside sun. So, if an MD of a bank is wearing slippers, talk will toast him. He will toast her, yes or no? You are empty of a bag and you are wearing slippers and you just come out of the street. Let me just take here. You will see Agberu will come and toast you. And the same thing on our products. If you don't package yourself, like me now, I want to sell myself. Am I not selling myself well? I'm selling my bank and I'm selling myself. So we have a lot that we give to you in FCMB. And there's a particular space in our bank that we dedicate to women. And we call it She Venture. We call it what? She Venture. It's only for men. For women. You know, I told you I'm under duress. That's why I'm here. So we have this thing called Chi Venture. But before that, there is a big spectrum where businesses, you can connect where you can, as a person, you can get there. And you can do your business. And it's called businesszone.fcmb.com. All you need to connect to the world is that your Android, your phone that you have there. And under that, you have everything. The mentoring, how to access facility. If you need somebody to attend to you from us, just go to this place. You can Google it, you can type it in your phone, and when you get to this place, this is what you are going to see. When you get there, under each of the headings that you have there, you have people that can attend to you there. So this, where you want to sell your product, how you sell your product, how do you need a mentor, you will get it there. And there's a particular space. You see, there is no space for e-venture. Do you have place for what? E-venture there. It's only for what? It's for who? She Venture. When we were coming, I thought it's going to be academic because I did a lot in my MSc on SME, and I have a lot of things that, and I was trying to look at those things those intervention funds that governments over time, they've come out with one intervention. That you see quite a lot for it for women. And it's just because most of us, we have this notion, Toga, that, see, it doesn't work. No, it's only who they know. And I told somebody something. I think I had a forum like this about 2 weeks ago, and I told them, the youth, I was talking to them. They said, Oga, what of this Nigerian factor? I said, there is this first mover factor. First mover what? First mover what? If you hear of any intervention fund, even if you don't know anybody, that's why you have to keep your ears on the ground. The first people that will go there and go and connect, they don't know anybody. But people like you that you don't believe, those people will go there, they will collect, and they will come out and tell you, see, I've collected my own. By the time you are going there, already 1 million people are already there. That's where you now see Nigerian factor will now what? We come in. Yes or no? Yes or no? It's working. I'm like you. I have a colleague. He got 5 million. He just sat in my office, and the wife wants to open a school. He said, see, they have this government intervention, and he just went. This you win. He didn't know anybody, and he got there. And by the time he did this something, they gave him 5 million. That's why he used to open school. But me, I say Nigerian factor doesn't work. It works. It works. So we don't think that this thing we are saying it will not work. It will work. Try it. Go to businesszone.fcmb.com. Explore it and see how you can market yourself, you can market your product, and how we can be of help to you. Can you go to the next slide? So what's our value proposition in FCMB? As per Chief Venture, women, that's what I said. It's only when it comes to threat, that's when you see men, they change their agenda. So, men, this is not for you, it's for women. Women, are you with me? Are you with me? Yes. Me, am I a man? I'm a man. But I'm working under duress. I'm here under duress. So, this is a value proposition. Can you go to the next slide? So, we support women and we empower their businesses. So you can go to the next slide. So these are the breakdowns of what we do. This is what you see under Chief Venture. You see, we support the women. This everything about Chief Venture. We support the women in businesses. We provide financial and business support to women and those ones that are owned by women. Then Chief Venture, the objective is to see how business owned by women unlock their potentials. You unlock their potentials. How do you unlock your potentials? That's what you want to scale and build your sustainable business. How do you scale up? How do we help you? We are doing a lot in the bank, and financial institutions are doing a lot. It's just that because of this issue of they charge us, we don't want to say, no, I don't need a loan. The only thing is that you don't collect a loan until you know what you want to do with it, or until when your business gets to a particular level. That's when we run into problem. Some of us, we collect loan at the wrong time. And at that time we collect that loan, we run into a lot of problems. The bank will be on us, and we just say, you now see the bank as demon. It's not like that. It's because of we didn't profile our business, we didn't look at the business very well, when to move, and how to inject a lot of funds into our business. So what do we do in FCMB? You access capital from us, we give you knowledge, then we network. You need that one as well. Then as well, we give you access to market. That's what you see in that our business zone. That's what you see in that place. So you have access to knowledge and training. Under business zone, under Chief Venture, we've had series of programs for women where we come them together. Even the women, the madam here, one of just say, I know you somewhere. You say, yes. There was I had a program, and you are the one that came and you gave the talk. And I think it's during a training for women. So we do a lot of training for the women. So maybe one of us, since some people say, FCMB, I don't want to see you. I don't want, maybe we've offended you. Please forgive us our sin. It's everywhere. It's the same sin all banks are committing. But as per opportunity, we have better opportunities to give you. Thank you. So we have access to network. So when you go to that place, there's a place under business zone, you see community. You can connect to people in your business. You connect with them, and you can connect to other people, maybe formal or informal. Next one, then access to markets, both local and foreign. The next one. I want to go to the one that will interest you. These are the things we have done for women and what we are still doing. Let's go further, please. Please, then this is, look, let's go. And when I came here, I learned some women that have benefited for this. Can you just think about it, that a bank can give you loan without interest? Yes, we do. We do. And not for women. Yes. I can tell you that one. The pastor in me will not lie. Will not lie. I'm telling you the truth. You know, it's only women. They are not good in agreements. That's why they marry for love. You know why? They say, I'm marrying because of love. The man will say, I love you, but at the end of it, after 2-3 years, he will unfold the agreement. Yes or no? So you are not good in agreement. And you can see what Coach Sam did. Before he entered the agreement, he said, let's sign. So we give you interest-free loan. Can you go back? Can you go down? Because the other one that will interest us, please, go further, please. So this is what we have done before. 15,000 women, they have enjoyed our services, seminars, and we have assisted them one way or the other. Please, can you go down? So that we'll go to the other one, please. Our products. This is where we are. Now, these are the products that we give you. First, we have the zero interest loan. Then we have a loan called quick loan, where you don't need collateral, you don't need anything. When you come, we just give you the loan, just check. That's what we'll give you. So if you have a striving business and you have account with us, you are entitled to get this loan. Then you have this other facility that we can give you on interest-free loan. Let's go down. Then we partner with various government institutions, and part of it is what we have here. And we have BOI, and we have a loan called gender loan. That's only strictly for women. Now this is where I will hide. My wife's business is my business. Yes or no? You know, that's why I said, see, wait. I told some people, they called me for something, marriage seminar in my church. And I told them, I said, men, you are not smart. If you want to collect money from woman, don't tell woman, give me. Do you know what you say? God bless you. Borrow me. After the OT, somebody came and said, Pastor, you are teaching our men that thing. I said, no. Bible, in Bible, 1 + 1 is what? How can you borrow yourself money now? So we have this DBN loan too. These are partners. All these loans are genuine. I manage it, I can tell you. And a lot of people are benefiting from it. We manage it, and the interests are affordable. If not for MPC that is increased, all this loan we give it as a 14, 15%. But all the changes in the market make us to go this far. So we have this product for you. If you need anything, you can contact me. My staffs are still very much available for you. We are here to assist you. Don't throw FCMB away. It's a bank that we are partnering with you. And as a woman, we are there for you. Thank you very much.
Please put your hands together for Mr. Olusegun Fatolu. Hey, did you see what happened? When he came to trust me, he changed his title from Mr. to Pastor so that we can have more faith in him. FCMB, they carry last in this hall. Oh. They want to move to first position. They said they have loan for you, interest-free. So we are going to put Pastor to test. All of you, please go and meet him, collect his number. And if they deny you loan, you say, sir, that's not what you told me. Oh. Because all of a sudden now he wants to change from being a man to a woman. He stood there, he said, I'm not sure if I'm a man or a woman. Pastor, we are very sure that you're a man, you're not a woman. Can I even tell you something? The men are vexing. Some of the men in this hall have been vexing. They came to me and said, what's up every time? Women program, women program. We too, we are running some businesses that we need all this advice. Sorry for you. Thank God Coach Sam came and said it, that the ceiling is so high for the men, therefore the women. Then the one that we're doing for ourselves, you want to come and put your nose inside. Oga, sorry. Rather go and empower your wife. If you don't have a wife, empower your sister, empower your mother, and then benefit from that way. Don't come and enter into our programs. There is no space for you guys. So all the men that are here, celebrate yourself for being allowed to enter this hall and enjoy what we're enjoying. Because normally we will not permit you to come into this hall. Okay? So next up. This one I'm very partial. I am a product of Access Bank. I like Access Bank. So all the Access Bank users say I. Hey! Please give it up for Miss Olatilewa Akipelu as she comes to tell us what Access Bank does for the women. Please swagger to the stage. We are winning at Access. Let's go. Don't fall my hand, though. Don't come here and then be speaking English. And then at the end of the day, you don't give them money.
Thank you very much, Ma. Okay, no problem. I was told to go on the podium. No problem. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Olatilewa from the Women Banking team of Access Bank. And I'm actually very grateful for the opportunity that the MySEDI Empowerment Initiative of Africa has given to us. I'm always very happy when I come to a room filled with women. Trust me, before I came in, I was not feeling too well. But when I saw this, this number of women, I knew that whatever malaria or any sickness that was worrying me, I had to leave. So don't worry. I'm here for you, and I'm here to also tell you everything that Access Bank has for women. So I said I work with the women banking team, and as I speak, Access Bank has a dedicated desk that caters to the needs of women. So really, if you have any issue, as a woman, you know that there's a desk for you in Access Bank. We have a team in Abuja here, and we also have a team in Lagos. So what Access Bank has for women is what I call the W Initiative. Please, what did I call it? Thank you very much. That shows that we're all listening. So the W Initiative of Access Bank started about 8 years ago, and we have actually been able to impact a lot of women. We've been able to cater to their lifestyle needs, financially and even non-financially. Okay, so basically, Access Bank aspires to be the bank of choice for women in the markets that we serve. So really, that's why we've been doing a lot of hard work in making sure that we're able to impact women. So as I said earlier, we started the initiative in 2014, but even before 2014, we had a gender empowerment program that already started in 2006. So it was when, for the passion that Access Bank had for women, that was what made them come up with this initiative that we started off in 2014. And as I speak, you can have access to the W Initiative in the 10 African countries where Access Bank is. So for example, if you have a friend in Zambia that's a woman, you can tell her that, look, you need to identify with Access Bank there so that you can be part of the W Initiative. And basically, our aim at the W Initiative is to inspire, connect, and empower women. So what are our focus segments? Because when we started out, it was important for us to identify the segments where we want to play. So what we did is that we identified some segments. We looked at the W in business, the W young professional. These are people that do the 9 to 5, the W and family, the millennials and Gen Z, and the W quiz essential. So if we look at this slide with these segments, I'm sure that everybody falls into one or two of these segments. It's either you are a woman in business or you have a family. Some people even do business and 9 to 5 as well. So really, what we are saying is that we are all out to cater to every woman, irrespective of where you find yourself. So what exactly is the need for you as a woman? We provide access to finance, access to network, access to capacity building, and access to market. So as I go on in the course of the presentation, we'll look at the offerings that we have under these categories. So I will first of all want to start with what we came up with for women that are into business. So when we started out, one of the things that we were doing, and we still do, is that we were training women. But, in a forum like this, we actually had women that said, oh, yes, Access Bank, fantastic. You people train us, you bring facilitators, very interesting things. But guess what? We don't have money to actually run these businesses. So what did we do as a bank? We went back to do our own work, and we came up with this fantastic product called the W Power Loan. Please, what did I call it? Thank you very much. So we went back to look at what we can do for women that have issues with logistics. So we came up with the W Power Vehicle Loan. So for example, if you maybe supply goods to people and you have issues delivering these goods to your customers, you can access this loan where you can get pickup vans, buses, and the likes, even at the same interest rate of the W Power Loan. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay, so apart from catering to the business needs of women, we also look at the health. Because in fairness, it is a woman that is healthy that can do a business, if you agree with me. So we came up with the maternal health service support. So we're saying that if you're a woman and you need to undergo any form of procedure at all, from IVF to fibroid surgery to dental surgery, there's even something that women do now to their bodies. I'm sure that we're all aware. No. No, I'm sure that people are aware. Let me not say it too much. But anything that you would like to do to your bodies, actually, you can get a loan for it under this particular scheme. And even for your teeth, dental surgery, you can access it. So let's just go. That's just the W Power loan and the health loan I spoke about are the financial offerings that we have for women. We also have non-financial offerings. So I mentioned access to capacity building earlier. And one of the things that we do is to make sure that we're able to train women. Even when COVID came in, we took it online. So we came up with a lot of webinars. In February, we had the Art to Art webinar, where we had a lot of seasoned speakers, and we even brought, a musician, Johnny Drill, online. I mean, it was the first of its kind, but it happened, just to serenade our women. Then another thing that we do that will be starting off next month, please, I need everybody to listen to this, is that we give grants to women. So I'm not talking about loans now, I'm talking about free money. So by next month, it's going to be starting off. We started it in 2019, and this year is going to be the third season. And basically, what you need to do is just to apply for it, and then you can qualify. Even apart from the loan, the grant, you can also have access to mini MBA trainings as a woman under this scheme. So we will be putting out the information to my steady women so that they can also be part of this. Next slide, please. Okay, I should stay here. All right, I'm sorry, but sometimes I just need to be closer to my women. Thank you very much, ma'am. So access to market is the next one that we give to women. And we have a particular platform for women called the W Community. It's like a Facebook platform where you can network and also showcase the products that you sell. So I'm sure that everybody, or most people in this hall, have an Android phone or an iPhone. So you can actually bring it out and check us out on Instagram just to stay updated with our programs. So you can check us out on @DW Community. That's our handle on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. On all social media platforms, apart from even churning out the programs that we have, we also do giveaways. A lot of things for women. We constantly, work to ensure that our women are very okay. Then another thing that we did was to make sure that every woman has an identity. So we came up with the W branded debit card. So, when you are somewhere and you flag that card that has the W sign, we already know that now we will be this one. You understand? Next slide, please. So finally, we have a particular help desk where we respond to inquiries coming from every woman. It is called the W Cares at accessbankplc.com. So if there's anything at all that you would like to tell me or the members of my team at the Women Banking Team, all you just need is to send a mail to this email address. I'm actually talking about it, with a lot of passion because I personally respond to emails coming to this platform. So please, if there's anything you'd like to tell us, there's any request that you have, the email address is wcares@accessbankplc.com. So these are just some of the things that we have for women. And as I said earlier, we still work to ensure that we come up with a lot of products. So let me just mention this. I mentioned capacity building and webinar. So 4 p.m. tomorrow, we are going to be having a webinar for women that caters to the education sector. So for example, if you're a parent here, or you're a teacher, or you're a school owner, you actually need to attend this webinar so that you can, listen to seasoned speakers that will speak to what you need to do in these sectors. And of course, every webinar that we do always comes with a giveaway. So really, if you have seen us on Instagram at the W Community, you will see that webinar there. Please, let's ensure that we register and we also participate as well. So we are here, we are at the back. If you need to sign up with us, just to enjoy all these things and many more, we'll be happy to have you. So 2 things, basically. You are encouraged to join the W community via our website, www.thewcommunity.com. And we also have a WhatsApp community for women. That's the WhatsApp W community group. You can meet us at the back so that we can add you to that group. And then, lastly, if you want to sign up with us, we are also at the back to have you. Thank you very much for having us. Ma, we are together.
We're together. I thought that you wanted me to charge you for the extra time you are taking. They say that Access Bank cares. Word of caution. I saw they said that they give loan for people that are doing additional something. My SEDI does not approve of you collecting loan to go and add bum, breast, and stuff like that. No. We say that you should increase your capacity as an entrepreneur, not increase your capacity this way or this way. So thank you so much, Access Bank, Ms. Olatilewa Akikwelu and her team. They're right there at the back, so you can go and meet them and, of course, engage with them and join the W community online. So we have another bank here that wants to convince you and not confuse you to also be part of their clients if you are not already with them. Please put your hands together and welcome Suleiman Atiku, representing the experts desk of Zenith Bank. Hey, our Zenith Bank fans are in the house.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Suleiman Atiku. I represent Zenith Bank PLC. Okay. I represent Zenith Bank PLC, and when I actually came in here, I saw it's possible, right? So that's what we are going to discuss today. So what about this slide? What is not ready yet? We're supposed to use the slides, but I don't know why. Probably is not ready yet. Okay, so our topic that we are going to discuss today is assessing Zenith Bank's export facility. When you come to NEPC, you hear that export business is tomorrow's business. But I just want to believe that export business is today's business. And export business is women's business. So we are going to see that today. In Zenith Bank, we actually finance exporters and we focus more on women because we actually want to empower them. We want them to compete with men when it comes to export business. That's why we introduce what is called Zero to Hero program. Just who is controlling the slide? We introduce what is called Zero to Hero program. What's Zero to Hero program? Zero to Hero program is actually a program that will mentor a new entrance into the exports. You will all agree with me that when you enter into a market or you want to start a business, you actually need people who are in that business to educate and enlighten you. You can't just jump into a business that you have no idea about. You need to be enlightened, you need to be educated. What we do here, we actually mentor new entrants into the business in such a way that they are groomed and become established exporters. They are what? They are groomed and become established exporters. We also make sure that we win their loyalty. We win their loyalty. Then these export, this Zero to Hero program, it has about 10 key areas that it addresses. Number one has to do with facility. When you operate in the local markets, now you want to expand. You want to go to international markets and operate. You certainly need finances. You need a huge chunk of money to enable you compete with other people. Because what you need to understand is that when it comes to export business, for people who intend to engage in exports, let's say you have customers in US, you have in Canada, you have in Vietnam, and now you sell, say, zobo, or sesame seeds, or ginger. Remember, you are not the only one that operates in that market. We have other people too, from other African countries, from other European countries, that will bring that same products. Now, how do you compete favorably with them? You need finances, because certainly there are certain logistics that you have to spend money. So in that case, the facility we actually provide under this Zero to Hero has to do with pre-shipment finances. You want to ship your goods, but you must have spent all your money, and yet that ship has not taken up. You need money for other logistics. We can actually, it's just like providing you with finances before you even ship your goods outside the country. So if you want to engage in exports as a small business, you don't have problem with that. At Zenith Bank, we actually take care of that. That's the first one, access to banks' export finance facilities, which is the pre-shipment finances. Then on shipments, your goods are already on the ship. But even at that, you still have not concluded the shipment. You need other finances for other logistics. How do you get that? Zero to Hero under finance facility will take care of that. And then post-shipment finances. In that case, you have already shipped your goods and you're waiting for export proceeds. What do you call export proceeds? Export proceeds is just payments. You are waiting for your payments from your customers. And you know, by CBA regulation, you are supposed to get your payments when you ship your goods, maximum within 180 days after shipment. In fact, if you do not even get that payment, the bank will be penalized, because if we have accounting students here, I'm sure you all know of that rule of, for every debit entry, there must be what? Corresponding credit entry. You take something outside the country, you are expected to bring something back in return. I think it's fair enough, right? Even to you, you can't just ship your goods without expecting payment. And what you need to know is that that foreign exchange that we earn, is what's going to boost our economy, what's going to lift our economy up. So we need you to actually participate and involve fully in export so that we can earn more foreign exchange for our country. Then, these are the, sorry, can you take it back, please? Okay. Then we have the value chain if you want to add value to your products. Then the second one that Zero to Hero program takes care of is access to local suppliers. In Zenith Bank, what we do, just to educate you when you want to involve in exports, we have a team of experts. Export desks, what they do is this. You want to be an exporter, but now you want to supply ginger, or you want to supply sesame seeds to your customers outside the country. Where do I get this ginger in Nigeria? You don't know. Or even if you know, do I trust these people? We can actually link you to these local suppliers. You don't have to crack your head that how do I get this ginger? Where do I get it from? Is it of high quality? And then at what price? We can actually link you to those people that you can get this supply from. Then the next one is access to training. You need training. In fact, what we do in Zenith Bank is that these people, they will interact with you one-on-one. They will interact with you one-on-one. It's not something like maybe a whole day organized seminar. No. We get your details, your contacts, and now call you and discuss with you. What are your challenges? What do you think we should do to assist you? It takes care of that. Then access to regulatory requirements. You all know that for you to even start your business, some of you will be asked to go and maybe if you want to actually grow big, you need to actually get certain certification. You need certain regulatory requirements, documentation. We can actually help you with that. We can train you. We can actually guide you and direct you on how to do that. Then access to international markets. The most important thing that you need to know, you as a small business that want to start doing exports, where do I get my customers? Because it doesn't make sense you produce your goods or you have your products, you don't know how to get it across to your customers outside the country or how to even get these customers. Even here in Nigeria, sometimes you push and push before you get these customers. This program, Zero to Hero program, will actually take care of that. We can link you to international buyers so that you don't have to worry about that. Next slide, please. So how do you actually enroll into this program? These are the steps to enroll in this program. Number one, applicants, that's the registered exporter, submit a formal request to be signed on the scheme. What we do here is that you need to give us your request letter on your corporate letterheads. It will now state the name of your representative. If you are the MD, you don't want your name to feature, maybe you have some of your small boys that do that. You can give us the contact name, the valid email address, and the contact number of your representative. Then step 2, the bank assess the request and sign the applicant to, and now start interacting with him. We now sign you and now train you on how to package. Packaging too is another thing. How do you package your, I forgot to make mention of that. Packaging, because you know, most of the times, if you look at all these products, by even mere looking at them, it catches your attention. You can just, the packaging alone will sell it. Packaging alone will sell it. And now you are dealing with international markets. People are bringing their products from different parts of the country. So certainly you need to package it and make it up to standard of high quality in such a way that it can be sellable. We take care of that. So now step 3, the bank's approved facility. So I've forgotten to tell you, on that letter that you are going to give us, you have to state your expectation from the bank. What do you really want? Is it facility you want? Is it training? Is it how to prepare shipping documents? Like that. You need to state it on your request letter. Then, depending on the facility type, that's if you actually need facility on the step 3. Banks approve the facility type suitable for the applicant in line with the outcome of the assessments, whether it is pre-shipment facility you want, on shipments or post-shipment. And upon meeting the requirements and the conditions is granted to you. Then depending on the facility type, the applicant is expected to have an approved from NXP. For you to get our facility, you actually need to have an NXP already approved. That's the form that we approve for exports. Then credit monitoring evaluation is carried out periodically together with the follow-up on export proceeds. Next slide. So these are the 10 benefits for enrollments. If you want to actually enroll, you can walk into any of our branches and now indicate your interest and give us your request on your corporate letterheads. It takes care of all this, international market and buyers to sell their commodities, like I mentioned before, market expansion and market deepening, local suppliers of their considered export commodities, processing and packaging, training on export businesses, training on banking documentation, training on regulatory requirements, export finance, and so on and so forth. Then we have other finances which time will not allow us permits. We have facility from NISA. That's the microfinance bank for federal government. We have another one from Nexim Bank, Nigerian Export-Import Bank, and then Afrexim Bank. All these things are accessible. you can actually access it through our bank. And then we tell you the requirements before you can access it. Time will not actually permit me to go through all these slides. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. From Zenith Bank. Show your head. They said access. What was it? Access waiting to hero. What was it? 0 to hero. Sure, you can see they're not gender sensitive. Where is the 0 to Shiro? So that we know that they are targeting women. Haba. No. We have our own title. 0 to Shiro. So please, if you want us to come, you have to name it again.
Thank you very much. I just want to quickly chip in. Thank all the banks that have presented. What I want to say is that tomorrow, we are partnering with those banks in their different areas. If you see from their presentation, each of them have specific unique strengths, right? And it applies to us both locally and internationally. So tomorrow, the banks are going to come here. Tomorrow, there'll be no speakers. It will just be one-on-one. We're going to partner with Access. We partner with Zenith in the different areas. Zenith is strong in the area of export. Access is strong in the area of entrepreneurship and SMEs. FCMB is strong in the area of SMEs and entrepreneurship. So what will happen is in between the program, you go to the registration. If you're interested in finance, please put your name. Our people have the sheet. If you're interested in the market, we are going into the sessions that will now focus, after we're done with the finance, specific markets, the US market, Malaysia market, the different markets, right? If you're interested in the market, put your name. Tomorrow we're going to break into different sessions and we do one-on-one with these opportunities. Also, we have the regulatory body. SON is here, NAFDAC is here, and we have the FDA person that's going to come online also. So tomorrow is going to be one-on-one. I just want to let you know, tomorrow is more important. It's about you. Thank you. And we're partnering with all these people to make it happen.
Thank you so much, the Executive Director of Mercedes Empowerment Initiative for Africa. In case you didn't know, she is the reason why all of you are seated in this room today. So please put your hands together for Mrs. Efosa Oyesebe. So, in case you thought it was today only, they said tomorrow is especially for you. Make sure you bring yourself back here tomorrow and don't come alone. Bring a sister friend as well that is in business. So right now we have one of our speakers that's going to share with us opportunities in expert. And she's the CEO of Women in Trade and Services. And her topic is leveraging technology to sell in the international market. How many of you want to sell in international markets? Hey, see hands going up. Please put your hands together as we welcome Ms. Deborah Omada Oapochi. You can do better than that. She's been here from the very beginning, and she has patiently waited to speak.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I want to challenge the banks. This is activities is for women, right? I want just one bank in Nigeria that we boldly come and say we realize the fact that due to the cultural barriers that women have, you are constrained with collaterals. And because we are talking about exports and international trade, it is not cheap. We are not talking about 10 million, 2 million, 1 million. We are talking about, you want to export a container of ginger today, you should be talking about 25 to 30 million. And most of these organizations, they'll tell you to start with, some who even said their minimum is 5 containers, 30 million times 5. So when we are talking about exports, let's come down to the basis. So we are dealing with women in exports. We are not talking about 10 million. We are not talking about 5 million. How many banks here is willing to give a woman 50 million, 100 million without collateral? Yes, look for alternative means, because you are well aware of the fact that these women, they have been historically disadvantaged. 1. 2, because of culture, Coach Sam have talked about the low ceiling and all that. Because of culture, we have some culture where women are not allowed to have collateral. Now we are saying that there is an opportunity in the international market. So these your products are needed and you don't have means and you want to go to bank and you say, I want to bring a letter from NEPC. I want to bring this. This is the contract I have and I want to take a loan of 30 million. Will you give me? Until we stop playing lip services. I'm sorry. Because I have account for most of this bank. But I feel like it's about time. Export is no longer tomorrow's business. NEPC have changed. Export for survivor. So we want to survive now. So let's come back to the basis and let's leave the paperwork now. And let's come back to the real thing. Thank you so much. So let me quickly take my point. I just want us to think about this. The representative NEPC, I do this all the time. I don't start my speech without commending the NEPC. So you always have to commend before you recommend. Okay? I won't say everything that they have been doing is so fabulous, but I think if you have read the law of attraction, if you want somebody to do more, you commend. Look for the smallest thing. If you hear most of the women shouting, NEPC is good, NEPC is good, I started that culture. And if you want to advertise yourself, just give it to women. When a woman says you are bad, you don't need media. You don't need media. So I wanted NEPC to work for us. So I started, before any speech, I come and I say, I pick the little things that I noticed that is working. And I said, I must commend NEPC. At least an organization where you carry your phone and you register for your export license and you get it within 24 hours. It's amazing. We should give them a round of applause for that. An organization where you don't know anybody. I don't know anybody, but I got my grant when I came. So we should, small things like this, when you commend, you actually empower them to do more. And you actually empower organizations that are not working to want to do more so that people will begin to say they are like NEPC. Okay? So let me stand on the existing protocol so I don't waste our time. Okay? So I'm supposed to be speaking on leveraging technology to access international market. Okay? So before we go into the international market, one key thing or assignment that all of us must do is the identification of your market. Identification of your market. I'll give you some tips that will help all of us here. When you go to the website of the International Trade Center, you have what is called Trade Map. Okay? So oftentimes I interact with women and they say, I'm doing shea butter. I know it will say now, people are looking for shea butter everywhere. It's not people that are looking for shea butter everywhere. You bring a sesame seed cake and you say everywhere. Why some people are buying it as food? Some people are buying it as their animal food. So there is need for you to first identify your market and know how that product should be packaged to fit that market. For example, if you are producing toilet seats, where you will put the handle for US market is different from where you put the handle when you are going to Asian, a country that is dominated by Muslim or Christians. Because they will tell you, you don't use this hand to flush or you don't use this hand to wash. That is market identification. So when you go to the trade map, you put your product, for example, I export ginger. So when I put ginger, you will see the countries that are importing volume of ginger into that country. What I want to do is, I don't focus on all of them, okay? I look at those countries that are importing ginger into the country, then I look at the ones that are already importing from Nigeria. For example, let me say I have Jamaica, I have US, I have Netherlands, and the rest. Then I look for those that are already importing from Nigeria. So it means people are already doing that. The barrier to trade is low. So I pick that country. At best, I pick first, second, third. Then I begin to look for market. So you don't look for market blindly. And please, try to niche down. At most, 1, 2, 3 markets. Because if you have too many, you'll be like jack of all trade and master of none. Let me say you carry tea. You've done the packaging, and you are targeting US. The requirement, they're asking you for FDA. When you want to take it to EU, you may need to change the whole packaging and start thinking of another certification. So you have, we were already complaining of limited capital for your business. So you have this capital, and you are doing this, is incomplete. You are doing this, is incomplete. You are doing this. Don't forget that you'll be buying machines to do all that. So when you take 2 solid market, for my raw product, I focus on the EU market. Then my secondary product, I focus on the Asian market. Both of them need the ginger, but why did I do that? This is the issue. The EU requirement is quite stringent. It's quite tough. So most times they'll tell you minimum pesticide residue, no aflatoxin. No, the list is there. So when you carried your product and you analyze all this, and at some point you feel that, okay, I cannot meet this because, okay, probably there is some percentage of the pesticide residue cannot meet the EU. You may just check for that of the Asian market. UAE, they buy our spices a lot. And you find out that in fact, you have surpassed their expectation. So you drop that product because you're not going to throw the product away anyway. You drop that product and send it to the Asian market. So that is your primary and your second market. So you need to have a market plan so that before you even start thinking of where at all do I need to start marketing. If not, you'll be doing marketing randomly and you'll not be getting results. So coming to technology. We have various ways that you can market in technology. I actually have a note here, but I feel like I want to come and speak with you. These are what I have, where I have failed and where I felt we can actually benefit, okay? Email marketing is one great tool that we should explore. Okay, I'm going to be coming really down to the basis because, like I say, we all have been historically disadvantaged. If you talk about the girl-child education in this, so let's leave the big English for those that can do that. So email marketing, we all know our email. Almost all of us have our email, right? You all know your email. Now you want to market. Where is your target market? Don't forget you have already done research. I've given you the basics tool to do your research. Go to, carry your phone, put access map. You see where you can put product. So you notice that this country is buying ginger a lot from Nigeria. Netherlands is buying ginger a lot from Nigeria. What you may want to do is, you now go to Europe. There is, I think, European Spices Association. Then you see all the people that deals on spices. The list is endless. I can bet you cannot even send mail to all of them. You see cards, you see so many people. What you may want to do is, you may want to experiment to send emails to some of them. Send your introduction letter. Send what you do. By the time you have sent to 100, at least maybe 2. And in this export business, sometimes you just need only one company to be done for life. Because the request comes in volume. I have a request that has been slammed to me that I rejected because where will I get the money? Nothing. Where will I get women to partner with? Because talking about partner and networking, sometimes you need to get these women so that you can aggregate, so that you can meet a market. You alone cannot do it. You will not meet it. You will even fail. So that is why you must network. Okay? So when the time you send to say 5, 10, and you are able to get just 1, then you see that you have gotten realistic way of getting marketing. Then you have blogging. Blog about your product and put your link. It's work magic. there was a time I wanted to do NAFDAC of a particular product. I wanted to test if the interest level is high. I said, my turmeric mix for tummy blasting. When I blogged and I put the link, I got over 51. So learn how to blog. It's not big English. Leave all those English. Anyhow you can do it, even if it's in Hausa, even if it's in broken. Sometimes when the English tire me, I enter broken. All will work. Okay, so blogging will help. Then your personal website. There's a lady here that was talking about her website. People have been selling through their website. Anyway, me, I'm not good with that. But www.spice.com, if you are here, spice.com. This lady have done amazing work with her personal website. And the requirement is usually not as tedious as when you want to put it inside supermarket. You want to go to supermarket in Nigeria, they tell you to bring NAFDAC. When you want to go abroad, they'll tell you to bring HACCP. They tell you, so say bring, if you say your product is organic, you need to prove that it's organic. You bring all this certification. But when it comes to website, for example, if you want to put your product on Amazon, with just FDA, you are good. Just FDA. And it will not take you more than 1 week to get FDA. With just FDA. My product went to Amazon before even getting NAFDAC. But then I finished everything NAFDAC. Do you understand? So, but I know because I was shipping small, because when it comes to shipping volume, you cannot move volume without getting the NAFDAC health certificate. So I know that I need to do NAFDAC. So before the NAFDAC came out, the online, actually, it will take most of all those big barriers. Okay? Like, I just said for US, with your FDA you can sell. But when you want to take it to Walmart, it will start asking for extra certification that the consumers are demanding from them. So they'll push it to you. So let's think about personal website. I just gave you an example of a lady. Then we have the e-commerce website, which I've talked about, the Amazon. You can start from Nigeria. You have the Jumia, you have the Konga. Okay, that is why Mercedes is there. If you don't know how to do it, outsource it. With 5,000 naira, you can pay for somebody to put it for you. Acknowledge your strength. Say, see, I don't know how to do this. 5,000, they'll put it on Jumia for you, and the market is mind-blowing. So we talk locally about Jumia, Konga, and Gigi. Then when you take it to the next level, you're talking about ST, you're talking about Amazon. Still, we still have people that when you pay someone, they put it there for you. You mustn't do it yourself. And this market is amazing. So what this market does for you is the same market size that you're focusing in Nigeria. Let's say that woman talks about her Maggi without adding additional seasoning. So probably I'm guessing that what she's trying to say is she have a seasoning without MSG, which is usually the problem right now, okay? And she wants to market it to people that are health conscious. So let's say that size of our market in Nigeria is just 100. Taking it online, that 100 in different countries, she will have access without necessarily be in all these countries. Okay, so the e-commerce gives you that platform. Then you have social platforms, social networking platform. You have a whole lot of them, but I will not go into details, the Facebook, the Instagram. But for those of us into international trade and export, you do not spread too wide and too thin. Managing all those social networks can be so overwhelming. Okay, with your business as a processor, without light, you are looking for when the NEPA will bring light, you want to dry your this thing. And once again, please, a round of applause for every processor in Nigeria, especially the women, anywhere they are in this country. You are undefeatable. You are courageous. I can tell you there is no place that you cannot process in this world. If you can break through this glass ceiling in Nigeria, and bringing out all these amazing products. So from here, a round of applause for them, please. Okay, so we talk about the social networking side. We have the Facebook, we have the Instagram, we have a whole lot of them. That is usually the advice they give to us. That is usually the advice they give to us. But in a special way, I want to tell you to limit the social network that you are using. It is actually distracting. Focus on the one that will give you this. If you have made up your mind that is international trade. Who are your customers? You are looking for CEOs of people that can buy your product. Where are they actually converging? Is it Facebook? Of course, it's LinkedIn. Go to LinkedIn and network. I have gotten 3 amazing customers for LinkedIn. One of them is coming on the 5th of July for us to sign contracts. LinkedIn. How do you do that? Everything you send, be strategic about it. Just don't go and put picture and put lipstick and it's all that. No. You come here, if you see the ED, you snap and show that I'm in Export and Promotion Council with my ED. Because by default, the image is not too good. You are criminal by default. Yes, you say you're in Nigeria, you're criminal by default. Even though you are doing everything humanly possible to show that you are doing something worthwhile, but somehow they just want to just rub you off that day. So you need to prove yourself. So you are snapping with the ED and you are putting as a proud exporter of Nigeria. This is my ED. Of course, the ED will not associate with criminal. You are boasting your own image. When the ITC ED came to Nigeria, she was drinking coconut water. And I videoed it and I said, oh my God. So the whites can actually take our coconut. So it's healthy. I put it on LinkedIn. And that day, somebody sent me that, madam, can you send me your product profile? I got a customer. So you are deliberate about it. So LinkedIn is one place. Then YouTube is another place. Because you cannot pay for Google, okay, because of the high adverts and the rest, when you use YouTube, teach the little things you know. This is how to make date powder. I'm teaching you for free. And at the end, when somebody clicks on Google and is looking for how to make date powder, you have countless of information. To get something for you. Sorry, the slide, I just want to show something. So as a way of conclusion, we have put up Export Pal. It is called Export Pal. That means pal, which means friends. Okay? So I know some of you must have used global buyers. You pay, and after 1 year subscription, you see that you did not get buyer. So this is Export Pal, exactly like Facebook. Instead of going to Facebook and you are not going with the target, everything here has to do with exporter. We know for those of you coming in new, you need mentors. You need people that have been dead before. You need to ask questions. Where do I buy machine? Where do I get my containers and all that? Everything here is about exporters. So there is a marketplace there. When you go there, you should be able to put your product, but at least you must have a NAFDAC number. So just take the link there, Export Pal, and begin to network. For every other details, you can reach the organizer of this program. Thank you so much.
You can do better than that. Hey, see, awoof is sweet, oh. Miss Deborah, you don't win award, though. See the women, they are super excited. I like this. I like this. Thank you so much. She's so passionate. She's well informed. And she's available for a fee, not free, for you to get consulted, because I told you, awoof, they run belle. So those of you that like to hang out on Facebook and you're complaining, or LinkedIn and you're saying, no, they say you should go to Export Pal, and then you find your fellow exporters, importers, everything there, and then you guys can network together. Once again, please put your hands together for Miss Deborah Amada Apochi, who has really, really poured out of her heart for us. So, moving swiftly, I hope my team on the media are ready. We are moving to Zoom right now. First of all, Professor Margaret King, apologies for delaying you, but the people here were just enjoying the ginger and swagger of Miss Deborah, so I couldn't get her off the podium. So I would like to introduce to you our next speaker, who is also going to talk about financial opportunities for women SMEs, and she is going to be talking about sustainable development, accessing global grants. Make you know they here now. Accessing global grants and business funding. Please put your hands together for Professor Margaret King, all the way from the United States of America.
Can you unmute me? Okay, host, could you unmute me? Okay, I see him, I'm unmuted.
Go ahead.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Can you all hear me? Oh, I can't even see myself. Okay. All right, standing on existing protocol, wonderful. Thank you for getting me on. Truly appreciate that. Ladies in the house, hello. All right, that's wonderful. It's really good for me to be here. I'm excited because I'm kind of sitting here in Chicago, and I'm watching what's going on in Abuja, Nigeria. And it is a fabulous, fabulous meeting, being excited. So I do want to take this time to thank my dear friend, Sister Onyeze. Thank you for this meeting. Thank you to all the organizers. Thank you for Nigerian Export Promotion Council. And kudos to every single one of you, ladies, and of course, gentlemen, who love the ladies and have come here to present. I'm gonna kind of quickly share my screen here. All right, so can you see my screen? All right, so I'm speaking today on accessing global grants and business funding. Just have a few minutes here for it. By agenda, I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple of introductions, export trade enhancement, and then some potential grants and sources where you can grant, and what needs to be done, what kind of a grant or proposal are you looking for, and that would determine what site you're going to, and you know, sources, and of course with the Global Institute of Planning and Sustainable Development, which we started in my university at Chicago State University here. Want to talk a little bit about the Global Institute, because what we do is basically from there. We focus on to build a sustainable future together. So whether you're in business or in a nonprofit and working on projects and all that, we want to build together. Why do we need to build? A whole lot of issues. I truly believe if you can define a problem very well, it is 50% solved. Such a problem is half solved. And we have these issues in Africa. I'm going to share more with Africa and then with some punctuation in Nigeria. So we are already in the age of globalization. While I'm not going to take too much time on the problem, we are all of the global forces are coming and hitting on you, and then you're getting ready to go and export. You're beginning to wonder issues about the currency, about culture, about all of that, those stuff that you need to sort of be aware of. Neocolonization is still going on. We've been sapped, but it is still coming in a different way. We do have countries that come into Nigeria and do dumping. They just bring in their product. It is so cheap. And some other countries as well. And all they're trying to do is kick you out of the market and gain monopoly. And so we want to be aware of this and fight this. Our trade imbalance is another issue. We are importing more than we are exporting. And so, ladies, we know how to handle this. Exporting as come there from us. Mismatched education, the paradox of us being so rich but yet so poor. Everything around us in Nigeria, everything around us in Africa, spells riches. But how come we're talking about poverty in the midst of that much racism? So we're gonna get ready, eyes, and see the things that we have around that we can actually turn them into value addition, value added products and services, and we're going to sell right there in our community. First, we're going to sell in the global. I'm looking at development. Every country, every region goes through different stages of development. It is a turn in Nigeria. We got to a point where we were getting into what we may call, but then we sort of just went back. We're not going to allow that to happen. So ladies, we need to move forward and make sure that we are moving beyond the point of takeoff, because every region goes through the 5 stages of development. So we're counting on you, great ladies, entrepreneurs, and business owners, to move this forward. With United Nations MDG 2015, we didn't meet the 8 goals. We're still having poverty. 15 came and then we're looking at sustainable development goals with a target of 2030 with 17 goals. Ladies, we can do this as we work at the AU Agenda 2063 with the Sustainable Development Goals of 2030. We kind of grabbing those information to make something useful, to be proactive. Otherwise, if you are not proactive, we're still gonna fall back, and we do not want that. Yes, there are issues of leadership challenges, but ladies, when we come together, we know how to organize. We know how to take a ride, even from our very home. And I know we can forge ahead in our businesses to break some of the communities and our nation. So financial freedom, overcoming economic leakages, we've talked about, leaving a legacy for our young people, for our children. Yes, it's one thing to tell our children, do this, but the example for them by doing it. And that's why we are here together. Unity is power. Our key words, there is strength, numbers that we need to create as we come together. So you might not be able to do it alone, but when we come together, we're really going to do this. Africa is in the center of the world, as you can see here. To be at the periphery, and then so Africa is like, yeah, we're just gonna come and get those commodities. We're just gonna, the things that we need to make some products that we need in the global world, we're gonna come to Africa, just grab them. So whatever it is you're doing, you stay in the sun, you're coming out to sell the products as commodities. Time out, time out, time out. Because somebody is getting it for peanuts and you are going home and sipping Gary when you can add value to those products and sell them a whole lot higher. That's where we're going now. Yes, we're talking about issues of funding, but there is global funding that and be able in the center of the world that it is. There had been issues, of course, slave trade. Take a look at this map. All of our people, many of us out, it's a time for us to reverse that direction and get our diaspora Africans to be back home, working with you, supporting you, investing. Yes, they're doing quite a bit with sending money, remittances, they're wonderful, but they're just going to homes. They're just going to individuals that we know. They're not coming. It helps the country, don't get me wrong. And they want to focus more on investment that will benefit others. And Nigeria, of course, is an example of it, a very, very rich country. So we want to move forward. Some might look at it in a negative way, but I see it as a positive thing. The population is growing. If you take a look at this population pyramid, you can see right here representing Nigeria, very, very rapid growth. And we have our young people very energetic. The issue is if you and I cannot do and folks are walking transition. I would say West with truck. Yeah, that this is develop and take a look at index kind of low, real low, not even close. So the population is growing, but then we're not working with it with enough food to feed the population and enough investment. So we're still struggling in that area. So we want to move with the sustainability aspect of development, and I'm going to move as fast as I can here. So collaboration is a strategy. That's how we're going to build our future. Together with the Global Institute with you. We bring our diaspora Africans wherever they are, quite a bit here in the US, and we have them working with the Continentals for the sustainable development of Nigeria, for the sustainable development of Africa. How do we do that? In so many ways. Yes, we have that affiliation here in Chicago, and our headquarters for Africa in Nigeria, Uyo Akwa Ibom State, represents Africa, but we also have representation in different cities, in different countries. Our target is all 55 countries of Africa. All right, so we've talked about the overview, how the Global Institute started. Our mission is building diaspora continental collaboration to create global career and entrepreneurial opportunities. All right. First, education, re-engineering our minds to think as entrepreneurs. Being an entrepreneur is different from having a hobby. Hobby is not going to pay you money. All right. But getting into business and commodities, building a lot on global trade. and building a lot on intra-Africa trade and of course, professional and social services. So what is the vision? Global, as I've mentioned, and the inspiration is we can't talk about poverty in Africa when we are so rich. But if you and I are not doing anything about it, if we are more like me, myself, and I, if we're not collaborating and getting everybody in there, we're not going to have any impact. And so that's the motivation. Over sustainable 8 years, okay, to tackle this thing and even bring the AU Agenda 2063 closer so that we can make an impact working together. So core value, social justice, integrity, ethics, transparency, compassion, all right, are working together. The 3 programs are actually identified here as focusing on STEM, but we add a STEAM, raised to the power 2, 2, 4, 2, and 3, and details of it, of course, are being shown there. I need to move a little further down with the quite a bit of programs in different areas. There is something for everyone. We have the fashion designs in terms of the skills. First, with the training aspect, entrepreneurship. Money, and that money is not available. Do not sit down and fold your hands and say, oh, until I have so amount of money. Start with what you have. Start with what you have. So that is the focus here. Some of the different with fashion designs, with art, creative art, with value-added agripreneurship and construction, all of those theme in areas. So quite a bit, but I need to move on from there and talk a little bit about X1 we are focusing on to enhance. Once you get the training in entrepreneurship and skills in whatever area, we work with you for you to get some kind of financial resources that would help you, even if meaning microfinance to get your business going, get young people who just finished from college, from universities, and looking for a job that is not there. No, we got to begin to reason a little better, knowing that those jobs are not there. So we need to focus on getting, becoming employers of labor. So so many ways that can. I'm not going to spend time because folks have already touched on that. But for the women businesses, I happen to was involved writing the white paper that helped Congress, the U.S. Congress, to pass as well help us use
Professor King, please, can you round up your presentation? Professor King, you've got 1 minute left. Please round up your presentation. Thank you very much.
Yes. Go is there for us to use, which is not really used. So what are the different grants that are available? I'm going to quickly get to the sources that you can go to. Grant, somebody basically gives you something, agreement as to when to deliver it. You need the teamwork. Put your team together and get ready and collaborate. So you have solicited grant, bid proposal for those who are doing business, what we are doing. You can bid on proposals and also get to whether solicited and unsolicited grants, to show you the areas where you can get to get the funding that you need. So for the RSP, searching for them, request for proposal, there's a long list, whether it is in the private sector and in the government sector. These are the clearing houses for grants for Africa, and specifically for women-owned businesses, grants for African entrepreneurs. If you get into the agridigital.net, you'll be able to get this information, can be made available to you. We do run a grant training class that is going on now. Folks are writing proposal for whatever they need. So you can contact the Global Institute through Ms. Efosa, and we will be able to get this information to you. Global Institute is ready to work with you and take your business to the next level and connect you with the market and the funding that are available, is we can work together collaboratively. So I want to take the time to say thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Prof. It's a bit
Thank you.
unfortunate that we couldn't hear some of the presentation, but I just want to say in 1 minute, what Prof institution is specialized on is to get grants, funding for African businesses. They do 2 things. There are a Global Institute for Sustainable Development, and my set is having an MOU with them. The MOU is to focus on the women that we work with in the area of grants and funding. They have relationships, they know direct sources of where this funding are, and this is their methodology. We will put the women in a cluster. For those that are ready, they will do a grant class. That grant class will teach you how to write your own proposal, how you can write your own proposal. Then they will submit those proposals for you and seek funding for you. It's a very practical thing they are doing. Number 2, they are also working for markets for African businesses. They are very fortunate, they are very passionate about the African businesses hitting the global market, African businesses having funding. Prof is very passionate for African to produce what we eat rather than we import. Prof is passionate about African businesses exporting, right? So after this, during the launch, please, if you are interested to be part of the grant class, if you're interested in funding, put your name down in the registration. After the summit, we're going to have a class, the first batch. As we go, we're having a long-term relationship with them. So it's about funding for your business from the diaspora. That is what Prof is trying to say. She has a lot, but sorry, we're dealing with time, and the network was not so good. So I'm going to call on Madam Merola to take the next session.
Thank you very much, Afosa, for just giving us a brief about what we just heard from Professor. You know, say when Professor, they deliver paper, they go inside detail. So you have to pay attention well, otherwise you just get the one that say, chai, now wow, some people read book. It's not easy. So we are crossing continental now. We were in the United States of America, even though you know, come out for your chair for Abuja here. Now we're going to the United Kingdom through power of technology. So we have coming up on the screen the chairman of African British Consulting and Investment Co. And he's going to be talking to us about African British Group Investment Summit, London. Please put your hands together as we welcome Otumba Ja'afru Bremo. Please clap for him. Oh. Otumba, we can't hear you yet, sir. So are you ready for us? Because we're very ready for you.
Yes. Good afternoon, all. I hope I'm audible. Good afternoon,
Hear
all.
you. We can hear you loud and clear. Thank you very much, sir.
Great. Good afternoon, all, once again. All protocol observed. My name is Otumba Jafar Brimo, the Chairman CEO of African British Consulting UK Limited, and the Chairman of African organization in African countries. We are the convener of the African British Investment Summit UK Limited coming up in August this year. And we to be able to ensure that after this summit, the next level of event will be to join us here in the London, UK, to meet us here and the entrepreneurship on board. We partners to my in France, America. African British Group are here to ensure be part UK to meet global grants, startup funding, capacity capitalization. The whole idea is how you have learned so much through this empowerment plan. You get the necessary fund, necessary capital, taught the methodology on how to process this funding. Half of the time,
Otumba, we can see you now, so we just want to confirm that we have audio. So can you say something, please?
Yes. Yes, I am audible. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, we can, sir. But just for the internet connection to stay stable, we're requesting that you switch off your video so we just get audio feed only. Please switch off your video so we have audio feed only. Thank you very much. So you may proceed with your presentation.
Okay, thank you. So we are eager in African British Group to ensure that we are all profiled here to join us at the next summit that we are having here in London, UK in August, where you all meet with the financiers, the capital, the startup providers of funds, where you meet with the people who are eager and interested in African markets. We have a lot of foreign direct investors who have capital and are looking for areas to invest this money. And the reasons why they are interested in Africa is that the whole of the Europe and the Western world is saturated, and it's they filled up their capacity. The next phase is Africa, and they are eager to want to meet the ladies here who have gone through this empowerment program for capitalization, for startup funding, for grants and soft loan. And so in African British Group, we have an investment summit coming up in August in Marriott Hotel in London this year. And then we have asked the MySEDI organization to register members to the to join staying they require to ensure that the ladies here access these international grants, loans, and startup capital for their investments here and in Nigeria and in Africa. We will also represent effectively as an off-taker for all the products and services which the ladies here would have acquired through their skill acquisition and the services of their products get guaranteed markets, evenly advertised, marketed, and ensure that all the members here that have shown interest to want to join us at the next summit are met with ease of visa, government agencies, Export Promotion Council, Nigerian Export Promotion Commission, Nigerian High Commission, the Ministry of Trade, Commerce and Industry, who are going to ensure that visa procurement does not come with the statutory challenges of bank statements and the rest of it. No, because they would have done their due diligence to ensure that these are small, medium enterprise ladies that are looking for the next level of funding to their processes. And because of that, they will be able to help to fast track visa issuance. Once that one is done from end to end, from the airport in Nigeria to London, you'll be met and you meet with us at the hotel, and at the process of the accommodation, you will be told the agenda for the event of the summit. There at the summit, you will meet the foreign direct investors on one-to-one, that they will discuss different needs of financial requirements to every SME or organizer, because we differ in the kind of agribusiness that we are bringing to the international market. These platforms that African British Group had organized, the whole idea is to make sure that the capital, the loan, the grants, for you to be able to take all these things that you have done here, that you have been doing up until now, to the next level with us in London, UK. The international market has so much financial products that are not available to Africa. And the reason why is to have careful for abuse. And so African British is creating this platform in partnership with MySEDI to ensure that you, after this summit today, you are able to move with us, join us, and be part of the global movement that will have access to this capital funding. We will look forward to you being registered today. We have asked MySEDI to register every member that have shown interest today, and capture their details and ensure that the proper requirements that we will require for them to quickly start to process their visa is effectively put in place. And as we have said, we have statutory government organizations that will help us to ensure that the visas are done. And because Africa is the next big bank, I want us all here today to say congratulations to us all as a privilege for opportunities like this, because here in Europe, we have war ongoing, the West are going through recession, and so investors, businessmen are looking for the next place, the next avenue to invest their money. And Africa, Nigeria being a pilot project, is the next best place to invest their money. I want us all not to look at what is going on in Nigeria, the banditry and the things that are not well in Nigeria, but look at the steady growth and development going on. That is what the international businessmen are saying. They are seeing a steady growth. They are seeing a market of 200 million Nigerians with over 50% heavy purchasers. They are seeing opportunities for production line. They are seeing niches of small, medium enterprises. They are seeing ladies who are taking the narrative to next level. They are seeing ladies who have refused to be housewives. They have seen ladies who are doing plenty of swagger, sure that business monies and capital incentives gets to them. They are seeing a country that has the highest young population. And so they are investing in this country. So I want to ensure that before you all leave here today, get yourself registered for our next summit in London, UK in this August. Get yourself ready on time so that your visas can be quickly processed and done. My SEDI organization has been inducted to take all your biometrics today and ensure that you join us in the London event. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Otumba. Thank you. What Otumba just simply said, there's an investment summit in London, and the package they have are very not expensive. It contains visa ticket, visa. You don't need bank statement, nothing, because they're working with government partners from Nigeria. They're going to work it out for you to go, no bank statement, nothing. For that investment, for you to meet one-on-one with people that are interested in investing in Nigeria. The summit is for August. Please, if you're interested, our registration people have the thing. You write your name down, and they'll be communicating with you on how to go about it. It's for direct meeting with investors that want to invest in startup, people that want to expand their business and all that. It's a summit in London, and it covers visa and everything. That is all Otumba is trying to say. So we're going for lunch now. Please, I want all our resource person on the first row to please stand up and let's go for lunch, please. All the resource person, please, on the first row for lunch, please. Please, let all the resource person. Okay. I think the hospitality are bringing the food for the resource person down. Please, for our other women, please, let's rise and go for lunch. All our resource person can remain where they are, please. They should just remain where they are. Yes. The hospitality wants to serve you themselves. Please, yes. Okay, I think you're going through the right, upstairs through the right, and descend downstairs through the left. Please, upstairs through the right, pick your food and descend downstairs through the left. Thank you. We have a lot in stock. We have Sun, we have NAFDAC, we have TIC, we have Madam Okwi for the US market. We have Dr. Miriam for Malaysia market. We have Dr. Yinka for the US market, specific products on the US market. We have Smidan in the house. Smidan will soon be coming to talk about the opportunities that they have. After that, we have more of our diaspora partners. We have a lot in stock for you today. I think it's important for us to get everything that we need today. Thank you so much. Please, as we go for lunch, if you are interested in the finance opportunity with the banks, please put your name down. Tomorrow we're going to break out into workshops. And if you are interested in the market, please put your name with our registration team. If you want to sell in the US market, Malaysia market, if you want to sell in the West African market, please put your name down. We're going to work with all the women in clusters with those partners. Also, if you're interested in having NAFDAC Sun and you don't have a place to produce, we are partnering with the Technology Incubation Center, MENA. They will still be coming up. Please put your name down. Tomorrow is going to be one-on-one with all those partners. Tomorrow is about you, and women that are not here today, they cannot miss this opportunity. They cannot miss this opportunity. And also we have investment areas that my SEDI is bringing up for women. If you don't even know what to do, if you don't know what part of agriculture to key in, my SEDI is coming up with something very practical. You cannot afford to go home today. Cancel every other appointment. We have to harness everything. We say harnessing local opportunity, and we have a lot of practical local opportunity for you. So please stay, and we need to get this. We need to milk out the essence of this summit. Thank you all, and have a very good lunch.